What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is the Woman of Substance series, also in conjunction with the Proverbs 31 woman, and today we are going to talk about loyalty and trust. Obviously you guys know me by now. If I'm looking down at the notes that I got on my laptop. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. So let's get straight into it. Now, a woman of substance is a woman who is loyal to her man, and also she's a woman that anybody can trust, and if you put anything in her hands, you can trust her to take care of it or to do whatever you want her to do with that thing. The word cheating, fraud does not exist in her dictionary. Now, if you want to get married, or even if you want to have your own business, as a woman, you need to be trustworthy, you need to be loyal. Because when a woman is not loyal to her man and she marries a man who, got a lot of things going on in his life, he's got a business, he's successful, a woman who is not loyal to her man can destroy everything that man has built over the years. And this is why guys find it hard to open up to certain women, especially if it's a man who's got like a brand or his name brings money in, or even a pastor. Like if a pastor wants to get married to a woman as well, if his woman is not loyal, or she's got problems with her mouth, she can bring his church down. A lot of you ladies, you don't know the power that you have within you. Honestly, I'm going to do a series of a woman's power, because I think if a lot of you know the power that you've got as a woman within you, then you will know how to use it wisely. Now, you know me, I'm going to have to back it up with scripture. There's a woman in the Bible who destroyed her boyfriend. Well, Bible didn't really call them boyfriend and girlfriend, but I'm just going to assume that's what it is, because Samson did love her, but in Bible times they never used the term boyfriend and girlfriend. It was just husband or wife. So I'm just going to call it boyfriend basically. And she destroyed him due to not being loyal. Now, I understand they used Delilah as a way to get through to Samson, but it got to a point where Samson did fall in love with her, and that's why Samson was able to open up to her, and she kept pressuring him, and eventually he opened up to her, and she literally destroyed his whole life. Now, I'm not going to blame everything on Delilah, because if Samson understood that his purpose on this earth was to destroy the Philistines, then he wouldn't get with a girl who was from that place. So I'm not going to blame everything on Delilah, but I just want you guys to picture how powerful it is and how important it is for a girl to be loyal and trustworthy, especially when you get married. It is crucial. Now, I don't know whether a lot of you know this, but I'm just going to tell you lot the truth. If you want to destroy a successful man, if you want to bring a successful man down, just get him a woman. That's it. And I'm not saying that a woman is a thorn to a flesh, all right? I'm not saying that women are destroyers, but a woman can build you up, a woman can bring it down. That's just how powerful you are. You can build an empire, you can build it back down, you can bring it back down. It all comes down to how you use your power within you. And if you notice it, a lot of successful men, their issue is women. That is their issue. Now, I'm not going to blame everything on a woman, but if these men were wise and they carried themselves with integrity and they were able to respect themselves, maybe they wouldn't be in such position. But what I'm saying is, a woman has a lot of power within her, and I'm going to do a series about this later on. Now, let's go back to Samson and Delilah, right? Samson knew the secret to his strength was his hair, and Samson did not tell anyone, but he told Delilah. And the reason why he told Delilah was because he loved Delilah. Now, when a man really loves you, when he really falls in love with you, because a lot of you have not experienced love yet. Some of you, the relationship you're in, the man doesn't really love you. But if you want to know a man loves you, that means he's allowed you to come into his inner circle. Like, he's exposed his inner secrets to you. If your man hasn't gotten to that point where he can open up to you about the inner secret, like that is hidden within himself, or the secret to his business and all of that, I don't know whether he's really in love with you yet. Because if he really is in love with you, he will open up to you. He will open up to you. He will tell you things that he doesn't tell anyone. He will tell you things that nobody knows. And this is what happened with Samson and Delilah. Samson opened up to Delilah because he really, 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 really loved her. When a man gets to that point where he can really trust you, He could even give you his credit card on his behalf. Now, obviously, it won't get to that point until the two of you are obviously married, okay? Because if it's a boyfriend and a girlfriend thing, he's not going to give you his credit card. But even if it's getting serious to the point that you guys are engaged, he will open up to you about things that he would never tell anybody else. Now, a lot of girls, you're in a relationship with a guy that hasn't opened up to you yet. Now, I'm talking about a serious relationship here. Serious relationship or marriage, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about those flings that you guys are just doing on and off, back and forth. I'm talking about a serious relationship where the goal is marriage, or those who are even married. A lot of you, your man hasn't opened up to you. And I'm going to explain to you a couple of reasons why they haven't opened up to you. One of them is you gossip a lot. If you're the type of girl who likes to gossip, yeah, no dude is going to open up to you about his secret, his past, the secret to his business, the secret to his church, the secret to his success, because your mouth needs to be controlled. Alright, so he's not going to open up. If you are someone who likes to post everything on social media, he's not going to open up, because he knows that, well, if she can open up about deep hidden stuff about herself on social media, then she's definitely going to do the same to me. So I'm not going to tell her about that. One is, if you have too many male friends. I still don't believe that a guy and a girl can just be friends, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. If you've got too many guy friends, he's not going, your boyfriend or the guy you're engaged to or you're married to is not going to open up to you, because a guy's competitor is a man, yeah, it's not a woman. So if you have too many male friends, he's probably thinking, well, if I open up to this one, she's going to open up to all these dudes that I don't even know who they are. Maybe they're friends from secondary school, primary school, or whatever. No matter how close you are, if that friend is not close to him, you know, he can't open up to you. It's as simple as that. Not mature. If you're not mature enough to handle the information, that's another thing. Some guys, okay, their secret to success is, you know, they sell drugs and all that kind of stuff. And if they see that they're dealing with a girl who can't really handle all these kind of things, they're not going to open up to you. It's as simple as that. They just think that, you know, you're too emotional, you get worried a lot, so I'm gonna just keep this bit to myself, and I'm just gonna lie to you that I have a business, even though I don't have a business. But since that's the only answer that you're going to accept, well, that's the only thing that I'm going to say. The reason why he will not open up to you is if you like to judge people by their past mistakes, he's not going to open up to you. You have to understand that no matter how perfect your husband or your boyfriend is, he also has done stuff in the past that are wrong. And if he noticed that you like to judge other people about their past mistake, he's not going to open up to you about his past mistakes. The one is talking bad about other good-looking people to your partner. If you see someone, you always have something bad to say about them. You see this one, you always have something bad to say. This, you always have something to complain about. Stuff like that, I don't think he's going to open up to you. Another one is comparing your man to another man. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're comparing him to this dude, that dude, he's not going to open up to you. In fact, you've just shut him down, basically, because you just think that if you're comparing me to all these people, then go get with them, isn't it? Why are you still here? Go and get with them. If you're with someone, you shouldn't be comparing the person you're with to other people. We're all different. And if there's something you don't like about your partner, let them know. If it irritates you, then leave it. It's as simple as that. Alright, so the Pharisees had an agreement with Delilah that I want you to go find out what is the secret to Samson's strength, okay? Because what they saw in Samson, they've never seen it in any guy. So they were like, Delilah, you're beautiful, and I can see that if he sees you, he wants you. He might want you. If he sees you, he want to be with you. So he said, they said to Delilah, go and find out what is the secret to Samson's strength. And when Samson opened up to Delilah, that was the end of him. Some men, they were doing well before they got married. They got married, everything just clashed down. Everything went from whatever to zero, because they got married to a woman who's not loyal, not trustworthy, she's not mature enough, too emotional, don't know how to handle things, don't know how to make decisions on her by herself, don't know where to take advice from. Okay, so you don't want to be a thorn to a man's flesh. Okay, when the guy's getting married to you, things should get better. It should improve. It should get better, because when you're single, when you're on your own, things are good. You know, life is good. all right? But when you're in a relationship with someone, things should get better. Things should improve. You don't want to be a burden to someone. You don't want to be a thorn to a flesh to someone. You get me? This is the reason why some rich men, they don't want to get married, because they are afraid that if I get married, I fall in love with this girl, you know, this girl might just bring my brand down. This girl might just bring my business down. So as a result of that, they prefer not to get married. They prefer to just have babies everywhere and be paying child support and sleep with as many girls as they want. Even though deep down they're gonna feel that need of companionship. You know what I mean? Because just because he sleeps with so many doesn't mean he's falling in love with so many. He's just sleeping with them for pleasure's sake. But that's why a lot of rich men, they stay away from women, because they realize that when they get with these girls, it's either they look for ways to take a lot of money, or it's either they look for ways to, you know, to ruin everything. And what a lot of you girls don't understand is, when you get with a man that is successful, right, and he is your husband, what is his is yours, even if it's not written on the paper. Because when he really loves you and you ask him for something, he'll get you it. Honestly, if he really loves you and you support him, you're there for him, you're loyal to him, anything you want, he will get it for you. So why try to bring the business down? Why try to, you know, rob money from him? Like, your mom cook soup, yeah, and then you still ask your mom, can I taste the soup? You're both living in the same house. She's your mom. Whatever she cooks is also for you. Do you get me? Why do I still have to ask? So it's the same thing. When you get married to a man, what is his is yours. What is yours is his. He's your property, you're his property. So there's no need to start playing pranks everywhere. There's no need to do that. If he really loves you and he really trusts you and he's got confidence in you, anything you want, if he can get it within his means, he will get it. Being loyal to someone means that I'm only here for you. I'm here for you. When you're up, when you're down, whatever you're going through, I'm here and I'm going to support you. But if you do something wrong, I'm going to tell you that is wrong. If you do something that's going to put a lot of us in trouble, I'm going to tell you that you're going to put a lot of us in trouble. But in any part of your life that you need my support, I'm going to support you and I'm going to be loyal to you. That's what it means to be loyal to someone. That's what it means to be trustworthy. So a woman of noble character, her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. And that's in Proverbs 31 verse 11. He lacks nothing of value. He has full confidence in her. He is so sure that when my woman goes out there to a party, she's not sleeping with another man, she's not kissing another man, she's not in the arms of another man, because he trusts her so much. He's got confidence in her. Also in Proverbs 31 verse 12, it says, if she brings him good, not harm all the days of her life. That means that she does not bring drama to her home, okay? She does not bring work to her home. She does not bring trouble to her home. She does not bring trouble to her husband's house. She doesn't bring drama to her husband's house. She doesn't take ungodly advice from outside and try to apply it to her house. If she wants to get advice, she gets advice from godly people or from someone that she looks up to spiritually, or maybe her pastor. She doesn't bring another man to her house when her husband is not around. I don't care whether he's your friend. If your husband is not around, it is dangerous to bring any man into your home, because if something happens to you, if you get raped, if something bad happens to you, how are you going to explain yourself? How are you going to explain yourself? You get me? Unless if it's your brother, even if it's your uncle. Listen, nothing is impossible. We've heard uncles raping nieces. We've heard uncles raping another person's wife. We've heard like so many types of stories, different types of rape at this point. So please don't be naive, okay? So a woman of substance does not tell her friends what her man is like in bed. Your friends don't need to know what your man is like in bed. Why are you telling them? Do you want them to also test drive your man? If you don't want them to test drive your man, you don't need to give that information out. It's not important. They don't need to know. Keep it to yourself. Loyalty does not start when you get in a relationship. Being loyal does not start when you get in a relationship. It starts when you're single. It starts when a guy winks at you and you don't look back, because winking doesn't mean anything. It just means a wink. It starts when a guy gives you his number and you're not so quick to save that number and start calling him all day long. Instead, you ask God that, God, is this the one? Because if it's not the one, I'm not saving that number on my phone. I'm deleting it. It starts when a guy tells you that you're beautiful. A random guy tells you that you're beautiful and you're not carried away by it. I've seen girls who are in a relationship of 4 or 5 years, yeah, and another man will tell them they're beautiful and they're smiling, they're so happy, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, but you're in a relationship, so why does it move you when another guy tells you that you're beautiful? Does your man not tell you that you're beautiful? Do you not think that you're beautiful? If you're single and a guy tells you you're beautiful, okay, cool. But when you're in a relationship and another dude tells you that you're beautiful, that really shouldn't like move you, because your guy should be telling you that all the time. And not only that, like, you should believe that if this guy is with you, he's with you because he thinks you're beautiful to him. So it shouldn't like get you all stirred up and you start jumping up and down about it, because I've seen girls do this and then they come back and they say, oh well, he's the love of my life and we've been together for 5 years, but when you're in public and other guys compliment you, you behave like you've been single all your life. Instead, a woman of substance will ask God information about her future husband. She will ask God, you know, God, how am I going to differentiate it? How am I going to know who's right for me, who's not right for me? And because she spends time in God's presence, God will let her know who it is and who it's not. God will break it down to her how she would know. God would give her some signs of what she should look out for, so that way she's able to narrow it down. She's not jumping from one table to another, going on different types of dates. She's not doing that anymore because she hasn't got time for it. If you want a man or a husband who's trustworthy and loyal, you have to be loyal and practice it with God first. So what do I mean by that? Being loyal, I mean you're not going to backslide on God, because some of us girls, yeah, we claim that we're Christians, we're going to mosque. We claim that we're Christians, we're going to different types of churches everywhere. We don't really know what we're doing. One day we're following God's will, another day we're not following God's will. Some days we're following God's instructions, other days we're not following it. So that's what I mean by backsliding. If you want to be loyal to your man, you got to start with God. And the first one is, do not backslide on God, because if you backslide on God, you will get a man who will also backslide on God, and if he backslide on God, he's going to also backslide on you. It also means that if God doesn't want you to do something, you're not going to do it. This, you need to practice this, because when you get married, there's some things that your husband might say, listen, I don't think you should do it, and there might be a reason why he's telling you that. Maybe he's trying to protect you from something or prevent you from something. You need to practice being submissive, and you can only practice that when you apply that with God first. So if God tells you not to do something, you love him so much that you're not going to do it. We all know as girls, when we get in a relationship and we're really in love, and a man doesn't want us to do some things, sometimes we don't do it. It depends on what the thing is. One is when you know you've done something wrong, you're quick to ask God for forgiveness. You need to practice that, because when you get in a relationship, some girls, they're so prideful, they don't know how to say sorry. And if you don't know how to say sorry to your man is not going to practice saying sorry to you. So when you learn how to do this when you're single with God. If you've sinned against God, you learn to ask for forgiveness all the time. So when you've done something wrong to your man, you're quick to say sorry. You're quick to say, listen, I know I've gone wrong in this and this area. Please forgive me. I won't do it again. You get me? And when you practice that to your man, he will practice that to you, because you're giving him an example of what you expect from him, if that makes sense. And is before you do anything, make sure you ask God about it. Okay, because you need to practice this in a relationship. When you're single, yeah, you do whatever, go anywhere. You don't need to consult anyone. But when you're married, you can't just walk out of the house and do something. You need to let your man know, like, babe, there's this event going on next week. I'm gonna go to it. I'm just letting you know. Are you cool with it? It's not like this is not like a father and daughter relationship. Okay, this is like a man and a woman, husband and wife, girlfriend, boyfriend relationship, whatever. First of all, actually, if he's your boyfriend, yeah, you really shouldn't. I don't think you should be asking that, because he doesn't really own you at that point. But when you're married, you can't just go out and escape and go do yourself. You know what I mean? You need to ask your man, I want to go out next week. I'm just letting you know. Are you cool with it? Are you not cool with it? If you're not cool with it, tell me why. Let's sort it out right now. And you can only learn how to do that when you start doing that with God. Okay? Submit to God, and you also trust his timing. You don't just do things in your own timing. When you're married, you also need to practice that. You can't just do everything according to your own timing or when you feel like it. You need to do it when it's best for the both of you. So when you learn to do these things, it won't be hard for you to do it for your husband. When you get married, it will become a lot more easier, because you've been practicing it while you're single, and you've been practicing it with God, even though that's the things that you're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis anyway. So let me just end it with this. If you can't be loyal to God, God is not going to give you a man after his heart. If you can't be submissive to God, God's not going to give you a man that is after his heart. So it starts with you. You have to be loyal. You have to be trustworthy. Until my next video, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.